Oh, good morning, guys, girls, children, adults. However you're listening, tuning in, morning sports fans, afternoon, evening, however, whenever you're listening, I do appreciate it. This is Sports with Balls. I'm your host, Jeff Michael. It's early, baby. On a Friday. Welcome into the show. Friday afternoon. Gonna have a good weekend. It was a good week, man. It was a really good week. Hopefully the weekend is better. We got a couple of softball tournaments got baseball tournaments this weekend with my son. Got the mother in town, so man, should be a blast. Let's see how it goes. I hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Today is March the 7th. This is Sports with Balls. I am your host, Jeff Michael, and there is a lot going on. NBA's heating up. Finally getting into it. I told you guys it takes a while before I turn into an NBA fan, but it's starting to get interesting. It's starting to get real interesting, so we'll go over the NBA. The NFL, lots going on in the NFL. Man, that place stays busy. The National Football League knows how to keep you interested. Even though they're not playing, it is an interesting league. We'll get into the stuff that goes on over there. What we got? Let's do today's show brought to you by Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill. Go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Place is flat out amazing. Award-winning food, over 40 televisions in all their locations. Just a great place to watch sporting events. They got lunch, they got Taco Tuesdays, Fridays, they got crawfish on the weekends. So get over to Christian's Tailgate. Thiessen Law Firm. Don't have too many drinks or else you might have to call them. 713-864-9000. 713-864-9000. That's Thiessen Law Firm. TheTexasTrialAttorney.com. Butler CCS, Fire, Water, Mold. 713-330-9472. Wes Butler over there, my man. If you got an issue with your house, insurance claim, you need a new roof, call Wes Butler. 713-330-9472. What is today, man? March the 7th. Wow, dude, we are getting up there. March the 7th, national holidays go as follows. National Be Heard. Yeah, okay. National Cereal Day, so I didn't have to cook breakfast this morning for my son. That's fantastic. National Day of Unplugging. My mother will love this. Unplug, relax, reflect, and be active. Go outdoors and connect with other ones. Plug your electrical devices. Go do something. Don't do it while you're listening to the show. Thank you. Alexander Graham Bell Day. I believe that's the telephone. Yep. Fish Friday, Fish Fry Day. There you go. Fry some fish. Denim for dementia. National, if your name is Cooper, my man Cooper Wade. I have to give him a shout out on the show. And Ben, if your name's Ben, it's your day as well. Let's see. National Dress in Blue. I did not plan this. I swear I did not, but I am in accordance with National Dress in Blue Day. Employee Appreciation. I'll have to thank those guys later. Tartar Sauce Day. Holy crap, not a fan. National Middle Name Pride Day. I got a pretty good one. I got 3 first names, so figure it out. What else we got? Plant Power Day, Sock Monkey Day. And World Day of Prayer, huge one. Already did that twice this morning. So get on your knees, say your prayers, and let's get going. Oh, sports, man. Let's get over some headlines. There is an interesting event taking place. Well, interesting story, not event. It is a story. There is a former Olympian. He's a snowboarder for Canada who's wanted for allegedly running a multinational drug trafficking network and orchestrating multiple murders related to the drug ring. 43-year-old Ryan Wedding is on the top 10's most wanted list as of Thursday, and the United States is offering $10 million to find this guy. A drug ring and murders. Former snowboard Olympian into drug ring and murderer. Whoa. Somebody is definitely going to have a movie and or Netflix series on this. This is wild. Absolutely wild. He was charged in June for murder and drug crimes. Nobody knows where this guy is. He's arranged the shipment of some 60 tons of cocaine over a year-long haul of semi-trucks and moved drugs between Colombia, Mexico, Southern Cal, and Canada. There's a couple of I've got so much to say here on this. I mean, dude, I know you need money, but damn. And look, you can go small time. This guy chose to just absolutely blow it out of the. Wow, they also killed 2 family members in Canada in retaliation for a stolen drug shipment. This is all what this guy's allegedly tied to. Ryan Wedding. I don't know where this dude is. The U.S. doesn't either, but $10 million, woo, that's a lot of money to find this guy. Man, dude. That guy, who did you run into at a bar that convinced you that this was a good idea? Damn. That's one of the top headlines in sports right now. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Reveals that he had a sub $600 million contract with the Blue Jays. Look, there's a lot of teams that guy can go to. Does he deserve Juan Soto money, Shohei Ohtani money, Aaron Judge money? I don't know. I don't think so. You know, is he an automatic DH for your team? I don't know. He's good. Vlad Jr.'s really good. I just don't think he's that good. You know, what have you done for me lately kind of deal with Vlad Jr.? I guess, let's see, what else we got? There's some, let's just go to the NFL news. That's basically your headlines without getting into too many things. I'm not going to get into hockey yet. So NFL news, here we go. NFL news brought to you by Lindsay Plumbing, 373-3333. Go to lindsayplumbing.com. That's LINDSAY plumbing.com. My man over there, Matt, actually putting in toilets in my house, dude. This guy specializes in repiping, sewer, you name it, dude. Fixing your water heater, fixing your sprinkler system. Man, lindsayplumbing.com, 281-373-3333. All right, over in the NFL, big news coming out of Seattle. They are unloading. DK Metcalf will be traded, apparently. The Seattle Seahawks are exploring several trade options with their star wide receiver. I'm assuming they are just tanking. I don't see any other way about this with Seattle. And I like Seattle. They're a good team. But DK is by far their best wide receiver. So let's see. He's got 1 season remaining and owed roughly $18 million on his contract. So good time to get rid of him. There are a ton of teams in line for DK Metcalf. Number 1 being, I believe, the Las Vegas Raiders. Interesting though. I mean, how old is DK? What is he, 30s? He's got to be in his 30s. I don't have it pulled up right here, but that is a great question. How old is DK Metcalf? Let me check out right here. Let's see. DK Metcalf is 27. He's still got a lot of room left. So I assume that he's going to he'll play 1 more year, owed $18 million, and look for a bomb contract. Because that'll be his final contract as a wide receiver, like his final big one. Hopefully a 5-year deal, maybe a 3-year deal until he gets into his 30s. Maybe we'll see. But I thought he was in his 30s for sure, but he's only 27, which means wide receiver-wise, 5 good years. At least three good years in the NFL. They also released the Seattle Seahawks released that, they announced that they are also releasing Tyler Lockett. They're basically number 2 wide receiver in every statistical category other than Steve Largent. So they are unloading. DK Metcalf has about 20 teams he can go to. There's a ton. There are a ton of teams. I posted on Sports with Balls yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this. Go to Sports with Balls on your Facebook page, on your Instagram, on your any social media site, man. The amount of wide receivers that are in the free agent market right now is unfreaking believable. We'll get into who the Texans signed here in a minute, but I just want to I want to pull up all these wide receivers that are on the market right now. Let's see. I posted it. Go to Sports with Balls. It has the list up here. They are as follows: Davante Adams, Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin, Amari Cooper, Brandon Cooks, Marquise Brown, Darius Slayton, DeAndre Hopkins, Elijah Moore, Deontay Johnson, Juju Smith-Schuster, Josh Palmer, Mike Williams, Westbrook Akini, Van Jefferson, Robert Woods, Demarcus Robinson. These are all guys that are on the market right now. Tim Patrick, Valdez Scantling, Nelson Aguilar, DJ Osborne, Noah Brown, Tutu Atwell, Tyler Boyd. I mean, these are productive wide receivers. They are all free agents right now. I haven't seen the free agent market of wide receivers in the NFL like this in a very long time. That's insane. Absolutely insane. And guess who restructured their contract? I'll jump over. Look, okay, so Lockett's gone. Metcalf's gone. We don't know where they're going yet. Let's move on to the Dallas Cowboys, who restructured Dak Prescott's contract and CeeDee Lamb's contract, saving $36.6 million. I'm assuming to get some talent. I don't know. Where do you need it? You want some offensive line help? Defense looks okay. Do you want another wide receiver? There's plenty of them out there. Cowboys are trying to make a move. And I get it. Is this the Cowboys' last run? Do they got 2 more years with Dak, and then they're going to call it a day? Are they going to draft a quarterback? They moved on from Trey Lance. What a weird story Trey Lance was. He only played, 8 games in college? San Francisco to the Cowboys, and now I don't think he'll be out of the league, but wow. I don't know what exactly is going to go on with Trey Lance, but he's not with the Cowboys anymore. Dak Prescott is. They've got a new coach. They've got all kinds of new stuff going on, and it looks like they're restructuring contracts to try to make one more run at this. Will the Cowboys get a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons? That's what it looks like they're trying to load up to do. And look, if the Cowboys are relevant, it's a good thing. Cowboys are always going to be somewhat relevant, but in a good way. It's a good thing for the NFL. The NFL wants the Cowboys to be relevant. So they've got moves to make. There's so much going on. There's so much going on in the NFL right now. It is wild. The Houston Texans made a move. They got another wide receiver. Oh, man, there's all Christian Kirk moves over to the Houston Texans from the Jacksonville Jaguars, another team that we have no idea what they're doing. Are they bombing too? They traded Christian Kirk to the Texans for a late-round pick. I know that. And it says that people in Jacksonville were shocked of this. His teammates were. I think it's a decent move for Texans. Look, Tank Dell had a terrible knee injury last year. So I don't know if he's coming back from that, how he's going to come back from that. We'll see. So he's sort of the exact same wide receiver, Tank Dell-ish, if you will. So they get a replacement. Nico Collins there, CJ Stroud. The Texans are set up. I do think they need 1 or 2 more pieces. We'll see how that all shakes out. The Cleveland Browns restructured Deshaun Watson's contract. They've paid him already. They owe him $400 million, $420, I think. He's paid out 185 of that so far. He's played a total of 17 games. Or I'm sorry, averaged 7 games a season. He's has a losing record. I think he's played 17 games. Just one of the worst contracts in NFL history. It's just unbelievable what's going on with that. But they restructured it, trying to do something. There's also a story on Sports with Balls, obviously, about what happened with the Cleveland Browns and their tight end is unwilling to restructure his deal and basically wants out. It says that Myles Garrett is unwilling to negotiate a contract extension with the organization, and his agents have apparently slammed the door shut on any discussions. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I would too. I would want out too. So, but we'll see. Browns trying to stay relevant. This is a pretty interesting one yesterday. Bobby Wagner reaches a one-year deal with the Washington Commanders. The Commanders have loaded up. They're going for it. And just talked about the Cowboys. If the Cowboys are going to try to stay relevant in that division, they have got to keep up. The Commanders look like they are taking off. And Bobby Wagner, 10-time Pro Bowler, signed a one-year deal for $8 million. You know what he's going after. You know exactly what he's going after, and he believes Washington can do that. Get him a ring. I love Washington being relevant is fantastic. Jaden Daniels is a star. Terry McLaurin is a star. Brian Robinson is a star. Now you put Bobby Wagner on the D. Good move. Very good move. The tight ends, the Jaguars also, we just talked about the Jaguars trading Kirk to the Texans. They cut two-time Pro Bowler tight end Evan Ingram. This is what I mean by I don't know what the Jaguars are doing. I have no idea. It looks like Trevor Lawrence has no weapons anymore. It looks like this team is Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne are the stars, and that's it. It is bad news over there in Jacksonville, which it's been for a very, very long time. The Jaguars are the bottom of the barrel for teams in the NFL right now. Jaguars, Browns, there's a couple other ones. But the draft is coming up. And I saw something the other day on DraftKings where I believe the number one pick is who's going to get the number one pick? Obviously, right now the Titans have the number one pick, but I think they're also the Giants have to trade or want to trade up. How about that? The Giants really want to get in that number one spot. And you've got the top three, Tennessee, Cleveland, and New York. All three basically need quarterbacks. Shedeur Sanders falling down the list. There was a report that came out this week about he was too cocky and arrogant in an interview. He wore his hat on sideways, and then there was all sorts of blowback for this. All sorts of blowback. Like now they're saying late round pick as a quarterback for Shedeur Sanders. Late round first. Woo! Cam Ward has turned out to be the consensus number one pick. You've got Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy winner, which some people want to use him on defense and some people want to use him on offense. I don't know if he can do both ways in the NFL. We'll see. But the draft I don't want to say first time in a long time. It's always pretty interesting. This year's looks to be really interesting. Not anymore with the quarterback situation because that's locked up. Cam Ward is going number one. Now, the interesting story is, will the Giants trade up to get him? That's the question. Because if you go on DraftKings, they're tied with Tennessee, even though Tennessee has the number one pick and the Giants have the number 3 pick, for odds to get the number 1 pick. So rumors are the Giants are trying to move up to number 1 to get Cam Ward. Are the Titans going to stick with Will Levis? I don't know. No idea. Interesting stuff. And then at number 2 with Cleveland, what are they going to do? Deshaun Watson re-injured his Achilles heel. He's possibly done for the season. Like you throw Aaron Rodgers into this whole mix. Is Aaron Rodgers going to go to the Giants? Is one of these quarterbacks going to sit behind Aaron Rodgers and learn? I mean, I don't know how much of a mentor that guy is, but dude, the storylines leading up to this draft are fantastic, dude. It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. I can't wait. Then you have number 4, the New England Patriots. Woo! Drake May is their quarterback of the future. All right. So New England's set. They don't need a quarterback. What do you get there? Jacksonville Jaguars at number 5. Are they going to try to trade up? You know, I just talked about them releasing their wide receiver and their tight end. So they have the number 5 pick. And then at number 6, the Las Vegas Raiders. This gets really, really interesting. Tom Brady, percentage owner of the team. He has worked with Shedeur Sanders for years. You know, is this a smear campaign by Dion and his son and Tom Brady for no one to take Shedeur in the top 5 so the Raiders can get him at 6? That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. But you also have the Jets at number 7, who we know Aaron Rodgers is gone. The talent on the New York Jets roster is ridiculous. Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall. Those guys are phenomenal. The Jets may have the most talent in the NFL to have a 5-12 record. Carolina Panthers, number 8. Bryce Young really turned it on at the end of the season. Oh, second half of the season. That dude looked awesome. He looked really good. New Orleans Saints at number 9. They are in a weird situation over there in New Orleans. Chicago Bears at number 10. We already know they're locked up at quarterback. I'm assuming they're going to try to go after some offensive line help. 11, San Francisco 49ers. Weird situation there, too. Weird situation. Nick Bosa's over there, and we just found out the other day that Joey Bosa was let go. Is he going to join his brother in San Francisco? And then is San Francisco going to draft some more talent? Because they just lost Deebo Samuel to the Commanders, who look great. San Francisco could be really top-notch defense if they pick up Joey Bosa. And then the aforementioned Dallas Cowboys at number 12. That's such a good pick. Is Dallas going to trade up? Is Dallas going to take a quarterback? Will Dallas take Shedeur? If Shedeur gets to 12, is Dallas going to pick up Shedeur Sanders? That's super interesting. Miami 13, Colts 14, Atlanta Falcons round out the top 15. So NFL's getting fun. It's getting interesting. Draft coming up. I will talk about that a little bit more as it gets closer. All right, next section brought to you by my man Chris Luna over at C&E Pristine Pools. Unbelievable place. I need to get a better picture for that one. But give my buddy a call and a follow. You got some pool issues. You want to resurface your pool. You want to clean around it. You want a new pool. C&E Pristine Pools. Give Chris a call over there. Where are we going now? Oh, some basketball news. Did y'all see this last night? The Lakers, okay, let's just go ahead and get into it. LeBron James, the Lakers. LeBron got into it. Got into it bad with Stephen A. Smith. All right, so the Lakers won 8 in a row last night. But at halftime, right before halftime, LeBron James is seen on the sideline, him and Stephen A. Smith. And apparently, he says, I'm going to tell you one more time, bro. Keep my son's name out of this. They got into a little bit of a discussion. It was definitely not a nice discussion, but that's apparently what he said. I guess Stephen A. was talking about his son. There's going to be all sorts of not weird, but all sorts of situations and people's comments about this. Is LeBron James' son supposed to be in the NBA? I don't know. You know, this is it's wild. Does Stephen A. have a right to talk about his son? I don't want to get yelled at by LeBron. I doubt he's going to see this, but if he's listening, I mean, look, dude, your son's in the NBA. You're in the NBA. It's free reign. That's what these guys get paid to do. I don't know how good of a relationship LeBron has with Stephen A., but it doesn't look good at the moment. Now, we'll see if Stephen A. gets on the air and says something about this, but we'll see. Maybe this is it didn't look like this was ploy to draw in ratings, but it definitely will. I'm sure Stephen A.'s comments today will be recorded and will be put out there. But the Lakers did beat the Knicks 113-109. They have won 8 straight games now. And They look pretty good. They look pretty good. The Luka trade looks like it may be turning out to be okay. 8 straight. I can't pull up the here. Let me just pull it up on here. I I'm not a fan. I'm just not, and I'm trying to be as nice as possible. I'm just not a fan of the Lakers, or maybe it's LeBron, But right now, as it sits, the Lakers are in the second spot. They're the second seed in the Western Conference, man. Now, that being said, they're still 10.5 games behind OKC, who is blowing people out. They look fantastic. But okay. Here's the top 2 seeds in the Eastern: Cleveland Cavs, Boston Celtics, and then you got New York, Milwaukee, Indiana, which is that's all fantastic. That looks great. I'll take that. The Eastern Conference, that playoff, fantastic. Western Conference, OKC, LA, Denver, then Memphis, Houston, Golden State. Look, we're going to take that too. This is setting up to be a fun playoff run for the NBA. And if anybody in sports needs it, it's the NBA. Their ratings are terrible. But I would love to see a Boston, New York, a New York, Indiana series, right? Also in the West, I'd love to see LA, Denver, Houston, Memphis, Denver, Houston. Be fun. Golden State is sneaking up there. Golden State's won 8 of their last 10. So is the Lakers. The Jimmy Butler trade to Golden State looks great, and the Luka trade to the Lakers looks great. The problem is the 2 best teams in each conference are Cleveland and OKC. Cleveland and OKC NBA championship matchup will not draw the ratings that a Boston Celtics, LA Lakers ratings will. You hear me? Do you hear what I'm saying? Boston and LA in the NBA championship? Ooh. But the 2 best teams are Cleveland and OKC. So we're going to see. I don't think that the NBA wants Denver back in there. John Morant in Memphis looks great. John Morant would be on a national stage. Not that he hasn't been already, but it would be fun to see him go a deep run in the playoffs and see how good he could get. The Eastern Conference looks great, man. Detroit, Indiana, New York, Boston, all 4 of them. Come on, man. I'm down with that. I'm also down with LA, Golden State, and Houston. And I say that for ratings why, and I run a sports show, so need as many breaks as I can get. So we'll see what happens. But the NBA is coming up towards the end. The playoff teams and seedings are starting to take shape. The trades have already happened that needed to happen, and these teams that are good are starting to play good. That Luka LeBron thing looks great. The Butler Steph Curry thing looks great. You've got young talent. You've got old talent. We're going to see what happens. But starting to look good. Another thing in the NBA, I think James Harden had a hell of a game the other night in front of about 2,000 people. I think he scored 40 or 50, something like that, but was really, really unnoticed. But all right, guys, want to thank a couple of people before I get out of here. Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill. Go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Thiessen Law Firm. Lindsay Plumbing, 281-373-3333, and Butler CCS. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend. I got to go get out of here and go to work, my other job. So have a good weekend. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Sports and Balls. I'm out of here.